Welcome and hello everyone. My name is Gordon Feener and I am the chief editor of mass2ablog.com. During the course of this informational segment, I'd like to focus on the issue of situational awareness. I'd like to first try and clarify what is actually meant by the catchy and often heard phrase situational awareness. The ever-popular Wikipedia addresses and defines situational awareness or situation awareness as being the perception of environmental elements and events with respect to time or space, the comprehension of their meaning, and the projection of their future status. As a practical matter, most of us identify situational awareness as generally understanding what is going on around us at any particular time. A simple example of everyday situational awareness occurs when we decide to leave the house. We need to make a decision as to whether to wear a winter jacket or a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Situational awareness is also often taught to soldiers, law enforcement officers, and security personnel whose profession carries with it the duty and the obligation to protect others. Another example of individuals being trained in the concept of situational awareness are your typical football, basketball, or other sports coaches. Their training helps them with instances in which the coach determines the particulars of a situation in order to best advise his or her players on how to respond. Situational awareness generally utilizes our senses to determine what we see, what we hear, and what we feel, even in terms of temperature and other environmental elements. Various factors affect our assessment based on our senses. Our evaluation of a situation may be hampered or affected by something as innocuous as wearing glasses, a hat, or earphones. Situational awareness also depends upon where we are located, whether we are in an urban, suburban, or country setting. Some sources who teach situational awareness believe that situational awareness is a skill or a talent upon which one can learn and build, and then be refined with experience. The question you may be asking yourself at this point is, why is situational awareness important to me? Let me try and answer that by saying, once you have decided to carry a firearm, Massachusetts law has imposed upon you a certain duty and obligation to evaluate a situation prior to you taking action. As I've addressed in our other segments in our blog, the decision whether you can use deadly or non-deadly force depends upon the situation. Are you inside your house or in a public parking lot? Is the person that you perceive as a threat carrying a dangerous weapon? Do you know or do you think you know the person who is in front of you? As I've covered in a prior segment on our blog, the issue as to when you use deadly force is going to depend upon your situation. In the event that you need to draw your firearm for any reason, you will most likely face scrutiny from both police officers and lawyers. Now let me suggest that your responses to their questioning concerning your awareness of the situation the moment you drew your firearm may affect your freedom and your protections under the Second Amendment. I'd like to remind you that your situational awareness when carrying a firearm cannot be affected by alcohol or non-prescription drugs. As always, the purpose of this segment is not to dissuade, scare, or intimidate you from carrying a firearm which you are appropriately licensed to carry, but only to inform, educate, and make you aware of some of the obligations as a responsible firearms owner. I hope that this segment has given you sufficient information and direction to further educate yourself on the issue of situational awareness, with a goal of being a more knowledgeable and responsible gun owner. The segment that are posted on this website are offered for educational information and discussion purposes only, and is not as legal advice. Should you have a subject that you wish to have addressed in these blogs, please do not hesitate to email me at editor2a@gmail.com. I also invite you to visit our webpage at www.mass2ablog.com to view and subscribe to our monthly postings. Again, thank you for listening to this segment, and have a good and safe day.